Welcome to Session 7 of Advanced Psychoproctology for Beginners, the diagnosis, prevention, and treatment of assholery. I've addressed the challenge of diagnosing a-holes, which I summarize by calling them Herobots, people who robotically play hero, declaring themselves the winners no matter what. Trumpists are Herobots, but it's not just them. Anyone can robotically play hero for whatever cause, including no cause other than cause I said so. The term Herobot is my attempt at a neutral, precise, descriptive term for what's really going on with them. By stripping my scorn off the diagnosis, I conclude that getting Herobotic is fun and profitable if you can get away with it. We'd all be tempted to go Herobotic if we can get away with it. The more confusing life becomes, the more tempting it is to go Herobotic. The more people get away with being Herobotic, the easier it becomes. And the personal rewards for getting away with it are just spectacular. Just look at all the power and popularity that Trumpists gained by going absolutely Herobotic, running on nothing more than getting away with robotically pretending they're always heroic, always the best at everything, no matter what. Imagine where this all could lead. Here, I'll help. The year is 2030. AI changed everything, though not at first. It was plenty impressive, but then they came out with the obvious app. You load it on your phone, and it automatically sends out triumphant messages and comments on your behalf on all your social media accounts. Messages that make you sound like the hero no matter what. They called it artificial invincibility. Truth Social and X pioneered it, but it was so handy it spread everywhere. Now everyone's got it. Subscribers don't read their own comments, let alone what they're commenting on. They just let the artificial invincibility do its robotic, robo-trolling thing. But by then everything was dying anyway and nothing mattered anymore. Herobotics really takes off on social media. But it's not new. The appetite for getting Herobotic has been a human thing since the origins of humans. For example, in early human beliefs in God, claiming to know what God wants, humbling themselves before some supernatural lord and lording it over others. Herobotics has long been the most popular way to gain power, and again, one can do it so many different ways. You don't need gods to do it. For example, you can act like the neutral supreme authority on your own character. You can say, I'm not into game playing, I'm open-minded, giving yourself the seal of your own approval. You can say, believe me, which translates as I know you don't believe me, but believe me, you should believe me. That's what I call second-guessing yourself. It's the alternative to second-guessing yourself. You say, am I one of the good guys? You bet I am. I must be. I checked with myself like 3 times, and every time my answer was hell yes. My point, which may be hard to swallow, is that we all get Herobotic. I could tell you stories of my own Herobotic moves. I have a long history of them, including perhaps posting videos like this to feel heroic. But here's the question. If I define a-holes as Herobots and say we all get Herobotic, are we all a-holes or is no one? Here's my answer, which is at the heart of my psychoproctology prevention strategy. As Stevie Wonder sings, everybody's got a thing, but some don't know how to handle it. My prevention question is how to handle this universal human temptation to go into a Herobotic trance. How to both exercise and manage this appetite of ours. In other words, how to achieve safe escapism or optimal illusion. In the last session, I listed the 3 basic approaches to exercising and managing our Herobotic urges. The authoritarian approach. Beat the Herobotic urge out of people by imposing some universal dogma like communism. The consumerist approach. Satisfy people's Herobotic urges with flattering consumer products. The libertarian approach. Let everyone exercise their Herobotic urges. Trust the invisible hand will create harmony from everyone's Herobotic self-expression. I began to propose a 4th alternative, which here I'll call conscious off-jerking. I'll unpack the term. First, off-jerking sounds like jerking off, which is what it is. It's jerking off to acting like a jerk, here defined as a human pretending they're superhuman, jerking people around, lost in some self-idealizing fantasy. Unlike Narcissus, who couldn't stop gazing at his own beauty, a narcissistic jerk isn't looking at their beauty. They're not looking at themselves at all. They're in a trance, lost in a fictional self-idealization. Off-jerking is doing it safely offline, which could mean doing it with social media, video games, movies, porn, whatever. Offline meaning not in the public square, not treating reality or government like it's your personal vanity project. Conscious off-jerking is an oxymoron. When we off-jerk, we enter an unconscious Herobotic trance. We forget about reality. We pretend we're heroic when we're not. That's the opposite of conscious. If you want to kill an off-jerking buzz, notice that you're indulging in one. For example, saying to yourself, just look at me. I'm jerking off to the fantasy that I'm heroic. That's pathetic. Conscious off-jerking is the capacity to pretend and to see through your pretending. Can a human do that? I think we can. That is, I think we can milk our fantasies for the affirmation we need without forgetting that they're fantasies. It's an ironic move. You occupy or alternate between two states. It's like saying, that's my story and I'm sticking to it. When you say that's my story, you've stepped outside the story for a second to point at it. When you say I'm sticking to it, you pop yourself back into it. It's like playing peekaboo with yourself. I see you off-jerking and then re-entering that trance state where you don't see yourself. I'll have more to say about this in future videos, including, of course, how to use this framing as a way to knock Trumpists off their high horse without mounting it yourself. I'll end here with a Shakespeare sonnet and a little bit of doggerel I wrote back in 1998 when I realized humans can get off on their off-jerking knowing where to get off it. The Shakespeare sonnet is better. It's him confessing to the mutual delusion he and his lover share. He, that she's honest, and her, that he's young and naive enough to believe that she's honest. When my love swears that she is made of truth, I do believe her, though I know she lies, that she might think me some untutored youth, unlearned in the world's false subtleties, thus vainly thinking that she thinks me young, although she knows my days are past the best. Simply I credit her false-speaking tongue. On both sides thus is simple truth suppressed. But wherefore says she not she is unjust? And wherefore say not I that I am old? O love's best habits is in seeming trust, and age in love loves not to have years told. Thus I lie with her, and she with me, and in our faults by lies we flattered be. Optimal illusion. Can musicians feel the music though they know the notes by name? Can athletes play a death match though they know it's just a game? Could Vargas feel the heat and lust from a pin-up he had painted? When materialists know it's glandular, do their love affairs get tainted? When you know it's lights on silver screens, do the movies seem more pallid? If you see through God to his creator, does your creed become less valid? No, apparently we're able to both see through and believe. What an awesome gift from God it is, our power to self-deceive. See you next time, and email me if you're interested in joining the psychoproctology study group, which is definitely happening, or if you'd like some one-on-one strategic consulting about whatever, including dealing with people whose Herobotics has gotten way out of hand. First half hour is free. See you next time.